Hey y'all, today we're making my mom's potato yeast rolls. These are so easy, delicious, and the good part is you can make the dough ahead of time. You can keep it in the refrigerator for up to 3 weeks. Let's get to cooking. So first of all, I've got mashed potatoes. I've got 3/4 cup of creamed potatoes in this bowl, along with 3/4 cup of the potato water. This is still warm. I'm adding that. So here I'm adding 1 whole can of evaporated milk to the potato water. I'm adding 1 cup of sugar. Okay, I've got this stirred up. This is the creamed potatoes, the potato water, and the evaporated milk and sugar. Now I'm gonna add 1 cup of shortening, and I do part butter and part Crisco. So I've cut up my butter. I'll just get all that out. Just gonna stir this up. Now I'm gonna add 3 beaten eggs. I'm gonna stir all this up together. Now I'm using fast-acting yeast, instant yeast, and I'm just gonna sprinkle 2 packs over my mixture. And I'm going to stir again until the yeast is dissolved. Okay, now at this point, after you stirred the yeast in, you want to add self-rising flour. I hope you can see that. I love white lily, it's what I like. I don't measure this, but what you're looking for, I'm gonna try to measure it for y'all. But it'll be different for everybody. It's according to the weather, or the temperature of your house. But so far I've put 3 cups in. And what you're looking for is just a soft, firm dough. So I'm gonna stir this, and it'll take a lot more flour than this. But I'm gonna go ahead and stir this up. Okay, you gotta really stir this flour in. You don't want lumps. So now you may see lumps, but that right there is the Crisco, and I've really stirred it in. So I'm gonna probably add at least 3 more cups. Let's try it and see. 1. I'm just guessing. 2. Let's see if that does it. Stir again, and it takes a few minutes to get it all incorporated in. Okay, I'm gonna start adding 1 cup at a time. And I normally keep my flour in a jar, but this is some I had in the freezer, and I wanted to use it because I knew it was fresh. And anybody is wondering about the bowl I have, which I'm sure I'll get questions on it. It is a great bowl. One of my friends, Charlene, gave me several of these, and I love them. They're great to mix bread, dough. They're great to mix anything in. It's great. But as you can see, the mixture's getting thicker and more like a dough instead of a liquidy. So far we've did 7 cups. Now I'm not saying that's what you'll use. I'm saying that's what I'm using today. I'm gonna add a 1/2 cup. I'm gonna add 1/2 cup increments until I get it the consistency I want. We're looking for a soft, dough. So I'm thinking this is pretty good right here. You can see I wiped my finger on the spoon trying to get it off. I might sprinkle just a little bit more. So we're talking maybe, well, just a smidgen more than 7.5 cups. I'm gonna stir this in and I'm gonna call that done. Can you see the thickness of it? You do not have to knead this bread or anything. It's great. The hardest part of this is stirring in the flour. That's the hardest part, and I'm telling you, it's worth it and it's not hard. I think I'm gonna add just a little bit more here. All right, here I have sprayed this bowl. It's a big bowl because this is gonna rise. And I am going to pour this dough into this pan, or into this bowl, I should say. Now I think that took just about 7 3/4. Well, I'm getting dough all over my fingers, but you will. 7 3/4 cups of self-rising flour. I'm gonna try to get all this goodness out here. Again, this bowl is sprayed or oiled. We're not gonna stir it after we put it in here now. The next thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna cover this with a cloth, and I'm gonna do a couple of them to keep it nice and warm. I may do 3. You can tell that's been used. I'm gonna set it on my hot stove because we've been baking in my oven and it's warm over here. So looks like we have an oven full. I'm gonna have to move some. Okay, thanks, Miranda. So I'm gonna set this over here, just on the back. We're gonna leave it for 2 hours and then I'll show you what it looks like. My dough's been rising for 2 hours, so I'm gonna show you what to do next. Wowzer, look at that beautiful dough. So I've got to get some more flour. Isn't that beautiful? So what we're gonna do now is I'm just gonna sprinkle some flour on top of this and get it on my hands. And then I'm just gonna punch this dough down. Punch it down. Get all the air out of it. Now as you punch it down, that flour will mix in with the dough. I'll put just a little bit more. You don't want the flour like to be powdery on the top. You want to kind of mix it in where it'll be a dough. So at this point, you can actually form these into biscuits and you can let them rise for 30 minutes or rest for 30 minutes and just cook them just like biscuits. I would suggest like 400 until they're golden brown. The rest of the dough you can put in the refrigerator and keep it up to 3 weeks. So right now, I'm just gonna get all the air out of this. As you can see, that's what I'm doing. And then I'm gonna place this in another bowl with a lid and put it in the refrigerator. So I'm gonna get a new bowl, put just a little bit of flour on there to keep it from sticking, not much. And then I'm gonna place this dough into this bowl. I'm putting the lid on it. I'm putting it in the refrigerator until I'm ready to use it. So my dough is beautiful. It's been in the refrigerator for a little while, and I'm gonna make rolls, and I'll let you see how they turn out. So I'm rolling these just exactly like I did my 30-minute rolls. If you haven't watched that video, that's a quick roll recipe. And all I do is tuck the ends under and just roll. Use a little flour where your hands won't stick. And you're gonna bake these just like biscuits. And remember, this dough can stay in the refrigerator for 3 weeks.
Can you do it slower with your fingers to show us?
Oh, yeah. It's hard to twist. You just tuck the ends under. And then roll. So now I've made the rolls and I've put them on a greased cookie sheet. I'm gonna cover them with a towel for 30 minutes before I bake them. Okay, I'm gonna get the rolls out. These are Mom's potatoes yeast rolls. They're delicious. I've buttered the tops. Y'all go cook something. Hey y'all, today we're making my mom's potato. I'm adding 1 can of evaporated milk. Whoop. Did you see what I just did? It's pretty full. I'm gonna have to move some of this stuff. Hold on, I'll get it.